going on, Jeromes? So when the Minnesota Vikings drafted JJ McCarthy, number 10 overall, highest drafted quarterback in team history, you heard all the narratives and storylines. Okay, Jim Harbaugh's quarterback, and a run for his team, he doesn't have the arm, blah, 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 blah. And, his rah-rah attitude will work in college, won't work in the NFL with grown-ass men. Also, meditate, namaste, quarterback one, all that stuff. But again, I feel like we Vikings fans, we don't understand. Like, it could be, finally, found the love of a lifetime. It could be 10, 12, 15 years of Kevin O'Connell and JJ McCarthy as head coach, play caller, and QB1. Like, I don't know if we're ready for this. I know we as Vikings fans, we've always had the rug sort of pulled out from under us. Oh, Christian Ponder. Oh, Teddy. Oh, Case Keenum for that magic year. All that stuff. But McCarthy could be it. Right. Well, we had Dante for a while until his knee imploded, right? And we had Teddy for a while until his knee imploded. Too many knees with quarterbacks. And McCarthy already has his meniscus repaired, so he's good to go, right? But McCarthy, even though he hasn't taken an official NFL snap, and even though he's just entering his second year, he's already firmly established. So he was a good teammate with Darnold last year, obviously in a supporting role as he was on IR. But did you notice the second that the Vikings lost to the Rams, McCarthy changed his tone on Instagram, and he was basically like, this is my team. Right? In not so many words, he I am the alpha dog. Darnold ain't coming back. This is my team. Let's go. Let's go, man. Hanging out with Justin Jefferson. And see, I don't know. I don't know if he can succeed because, as Chase Daniel said, he was so nervous at his press conference. And Colin Cowturd hates on him because he's not Sam Darnold. And also he wears a backwards baseball cap. Huh? Well, it's a football cap. All right, so what do you call this when it's obviously an NFL hat? It's not a football hat. Yeah, it was. But I feel like McCarthy is a lot like Kevin O'Connell. Like, he understands emotional intelligence, and he's so good just very easily. Like, there's nothing fake about him, where you've seen fake quarterbacks before, right? Russell Wilson, I think, is a fake quarterback. Kirk Cousins, to a degree, is a fake quarterback. But someone who is just themselves, and it lines up like tongue and groove of what you want as a leader on your football team and in your quarterback, right? And also, hey, Thielen, come on home. Carolina ain't doing nothing. You're going to have to be wide receiver 5, though, and play some special teams, right? And it's just a matter of time. He will be team captain. And someone pointed out, I was questioning, whose team captain spot is he going to take? And then someone pointed out, oh, yeah, Darnold. Because I'm an idiot, right? But he will be a first-year team captain. And not just because it's weird when your starting quarterback isn't team captain, but because he's loquacious, he's charismatic, he's all that stuff. Long story longer. ESPN, Kevin Seifert, who is not Carl Gershman, who's not. 5 things we know about Vikings quarterback JJ McCarthy, and this is a good one. He has personal magnetism. It's not a prerequisite for winning football, but it's certainly preferable for a team's quarterback to have the type of personality that naturally draws people into his orbit. At 22 years and 5 months, McCarthy is the second youngest non-rookie on the Vikings roster, but players from both sides of the ball have noted his energetic personality and ability to connect. Veteran safety Harrison Smith called McCarthy a guy that I enjoy being around a lot. And they went golfing during this offseason down in Mexico, and they had some good times, which how can you have a bad time golfing in Mexico unless you get abducted by the cartel like there really isn't, or you have your organs harvested? That got dark. During practices, McCarthy embraces a youthful goofiness, bouncing around from players to coaches between reps. And here's the two. He's not just jerking around. Like, he's not some immature kid just shooting the breeze and trying to entertain himself. Like, this is what you can do when you're fully prepared. And you saw that in training camp last year as a rookie. That's something that certainly stood out. Off the field, players find it easy to talk with him, as Smith put. He's his own person and kind of speaks his mind. He has his own way of thinking about things. And we make fun of the namaste. We make fun of the stoicism and putting out the life quotes and all that stuff. But he's someone who's not going to be swayed by the locker room. He is going to be a pillar of the locker room. He's going to be himself. And it's something that players will identify and follow, right? And if this was, a couple thousand years ago, like, would JJ McCarthy be like one of the generals of Alexander the Great's army? Yes. Hell, he could have been Alexander the Great. He could have been the true blue Macedonian king. All that. Or some sort of Roman general who just led by his charisma. Or after the Marian reforms, just paid the soldiers the most. It's like, hey, we're going to go plundering. That's what we do. It's not too different than now. Jefferson noted that McCarthy understands that he is the starting quarterback at this moment, and brings with that. Try that again. Brings that with him to practice, knowing that he has to have that leadership. And as he said, pressure is a privilege, and not many college quarterbacks end up being quarterback one of a team drafted to be the guy, and he is in that situation, and he understands that this is a 14-win team with Sam Darnold last year that has improved in a number of deficient areas from last year, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, this is a Ferrari. I'm a first-time driver driving a Ferrari. Let's just keep it down the middle. Let's just do 45 into 55 or something like that. Though it will carry little correlation to the Vikings' success this season, McCarthy knew the names of the beat reporters who covered the team by the time OTAs began. Well, he only knows Judd's name. but of course, a beat writer, like, he knows my name. He knows my name, man. The thing I learned about myself, McCarthy said at the end of minicamp, is just the weight that I hold every single day and just showing up, being the same guy every single day, bringing that attitude, effort, and energy. And that's important too. I feel like, so McCarthy's stoicism, we've talked about. I think that there definitely is something to not getting too high, not getting too low. Because you've seen players that ride the emotional roller coaster. They're chasing that dragon, where after a win, they think they're the greatest player, greatest team in the world. After a loss, they think that they're the worst. And I think mentally, both are bad. Both are bad. Pride goeth before the fall. It's never as good or never as bad as you think. And now that sounds negative, except I think that it's much better to just be centered most of the time. And I think that's true in life. I think that's true in parenting, dealing with your kids. I think that's true being the quarterback of an NFL football team, right? Because team will take cues from their leaders and their quarterbacks. And if McCarthy's out there just completely going absolutely bat bleep insane and living and dying with every single snap, every single drive, every single whatever, that they could label him a fiery leader, except, players get burnt out on that. And after a while, players don't want to follow. But I love the personal magnetism because he is freaking Magneto. And just like Magneto, like, everyone has similar goals, but different ways to go about it. And frankly, I agree with some of Magneto's methods. But JJ certainly has that. And again, everything is all talk this offseason. All of the hype, all of the negativity from the national media jabroni haircuts, everything's going to be settled on the field, right? Because everyone, like, we're sort of in the starting gates, getting ready to run the Kentucky Derby. And, JJ McCarthy, like, hey, is he Secretariat or is he going to be glue? I guess we are certainly going to find out. But I think that early returns, like, he has all the soft skills. And we talk about the unqualifiable talent of having it as a quarterback, where Kirk Cousins did not have it. Sam Darnold did not have it. In team history, quarterbacks have had it. Tarkenton, yes. Joe Cap, yes. Tommy Kramer, yes. Dante, yes. Where McCarthy, I think he has it. And physically, like, he's got the hose for an arm, he's got mobility, he's got the high football IQ, and he's got everything around him. All right, I think everything's coming up Millhouse for JJ McCarthy, but of course, we won't know until we get on the field, right? And I honestly cannot wait, because as good as Jane Daniels was last year, I think McCarthy could surpass that in his first year as a starting quarterback. I truly do, because I think his supporting cast is better. I think that Kevin O'Connell is better than Cliff Kingsbury calling plays, and I think that it's going to be good. It's going to be good. That's all I got to say. I think that it's going to be fantastic, and I cannot wait to shut up all of the haters and the losers. Or the best is going to be once they turn the beat around. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, Diana Rossini, The Athletic. Oh, Colin Cowherd, as well as Skip Bayless, as well as Chase Daniels. All of a sudden, oh, Lordy, I knew that JJ McCarthy was going to be the second coming. I knew it the first second possible. I knew it. You Vikings fanboys have to come to grips that JJ McCarthy is going to lead this team to the promised land. I cannot wait. Because we got receipts. See, that's why we've explained. It's one of the reasons why we were always riding the national media jabroni hair. Why we're always critical of the national media jabroni haircuts and pointing out malfeasance and malpractice, because we need to hold them accountable. They can't just say things just to say things, blatant lies and falsehoods, and then all of a sudden just completely turn around. I've always been your corner, JJ. Baloney. That's it. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. JJ McCarthy has a personal magnetism. That's right. They need to bring... Oh, they brought back X-Men, the animated series, didn't they? Yeah. Anyways, you guys know what to do. Skull, production value.